If you watch to the end, I'm going to show you a special segment to see what the MPPR, the reduction for multiple procedure codes, looks like on a real claim that's been processed by Medicare. I'll also show you what the sequestration reduction looks like. So guys, stick around. Let's jump onto the computer. I'll show you how to get everything set up. So this is where we want to start. And I'm just going to go totally from scratch. If you didn't see my other videos, no big deal. CMS physician fee schedule. And we're going to go straight into cms.gov. Physician fee schedule lookup tool. If I'm going too fast, reference the video I have that slides out right above somewhere here, and it'll take you through this a little more slowly. But basically what we're doing is I'm going to look it up, 2019 list of codes, specific locality for my state. We want to choose all modifiers, and I'm just going to jump straight down to Ohio. And here we are. In another video, I told you guys what the difference was between non-facility, facility, and limiting charge. Go back and check it out. I'll try to post that video up here also. But let's just grab some numbers. So 3016. Let's do 97110 3016. And this is exactly what I would do if I was thinking about 3428. Going in network with Medicare, becoming a participating provider or non-PAR provider with Medicare. I would just grab some of these numbers, 2743. I would compare them to current treatments that you're providing, 3872, and I'll grab that eval, 8306. All right, and then let's grab 112140. Currently, so what is this? This is July 29th, 2019, if you're watching this in the replay. The evaluation codes are still reimbursing the same, whether it's 97161, 162, 163. So just keep that in mind. That's why I'm using one number here. So this is, I'm going to insert a little row. This is the CPT. This is the allowed amount. Let's do limiting charge since we're in here. 3745. I know you guys love watching me work, right? 2996. And 4231. All right, so these guys are all dollars. So this is limiting charge. I'm just going to justify these. If you're not well versed, no big deal. But this just gives you kind of an idea. I'm going to say 2019. If you want, obviously, you can come in here and you can say Therex, Neuro, Reed, Manual, There, Act, Eval, Mod. So now I've got a little description. Okay, so what do you do with this information? How does this information help you? Well, there's a couple of things we've got. So first we can come in here and we can throw in, I'll make it 80%, 20%. Now don't take this to heart because this is going to change once you understand the MPPR and the sequestration reduction. But so let's say we're going to say equals, we'll grab the allowed amount times 0.8. And let's see if I can just drag that down, if that, yeah, okay. And then this will be equals the allowed amount times 0.2. And then this could be a random percentage. So let me just say enter value percent. And so this is going to be equals this times that. Now this one you can't click and drag, so you just have to kind of keep saying equals this times this equals this, and I'll explain why it's not calculating yet. All right guys, so what I did was I went ahead, I jumped into my screen and I populated a bunch of treatment scenarios based on the information that you saw from the fee schedule. So let's jump into the screen. Let me show you a couple billing scenarios, and then we're going to go through an actual claim that has been processed, paid by Medicare, paid by the secondary. You'll see what the adjustments are, any reductions. You'll see the whole thing. There's nothing to hide after this. So let me jump into my screen again, and this is what we've got. So this was the little fee schedule that you saw us create. Then here we've got a treatment scenario number 1, where we do an eval, 2 exercise, 1 manual. Treatment scenario number 2, 3 exercise, 1 manual. Treatment scenario number 3, 3 exercise, 1 activity. And this is the one we're going to look at in real life. This is treatment scenario number 4, an eval, 1 unit of exercise, 1 unit of manual. So according to the Medicare fee schedule for Ohio, we should have received $140.65 for that treatment. But now you're going to see what the reductions look like and how everything works. So here is, I'm going to see if I can zoom in here so you guys get a better view. That is absolutely the wrong way. Okay. So this is pulled right out of my billing accounting software. So you see real numbers. You can see here the date of service was 6/27/19. Today is 7/29/19. You can see that the primary insurance, trying to see if we can see, we can't see the submission date. So date of service was 6/27, primary paid 7/17. So probably 3 weeks. But basically what we've got here, so you can see here 97161, so low complexity evaluation. We billed $100. The primary insurance paid $65.12. There was a contract adjustment of $1.33. There was a second contract adjustment. So we call everything contract adjustments, but in reality, this was, I'm going to show you the reason code and how to look it up in just a minute. This is something that we'll talk about. The primary contract adjustment was $16.94. The secondary insurance paid $16.61. So what does 253 mean and what does 45 mean? Let me show you how to find those numbers. I'm going to open a new tab. Reason codes. And I'll jump in here. So one of them was 45. And if you scroll down, you'll see on the statement, it'll say charges exceed fee schedule maximum allowable amount. Basically, that's the difference between the allowable amount and what you bill. So we know the allowable amount for 2019 for an evaluation is $83.06. We billed $100. So let's recreate the math for this claim so you can see exactly what it is. So we billed 100. The allowed amount is 8306. We see 45, the contract adjustment is 1694. So let's go 1694 adjustment. So if I'm kind of running some totals, I'm actually going to get rid of that and bring this up. The way I would do this to confirm accuracy is I would make that a negative, and I would say that plus that brings me to 8306, and we confirm right here 8306. Okay, so we've got the correct allowed amount. Now what we need to do is look at these others. So 253, let's jump in here. I'm going to get ahead to 253. I want to explain what that is. Sequestration. So this is a federal reduction that you really have no choice. Sequestration is going to apply across the board to all of us. I don't know the exact number. Maybe somebody in the group knows it, but roughly, well, we can calculate it right now. So if we take a look at this, $1.33, 1.33. So that equals, let me think about how to do this. 1.6% is the sequestration reduction on this claim. Okay. And then we see, let me go back here a second. Yeah, so we've got the contract adjustment done. 1661 is what the secondary paid. So I'm going to say 1661 was paid by the secondary. 6512 was paid by the primary. Paid primary, paid secondary. And then, so this is a reduction, so I'm going to make that negative. I'm going to just pop that out of there. And let's see if the math adds up. So we had that reduction, we had that reduction. Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, let's see if the math adds up. So total collected is the secondary plus the primary, 8173, and then we've got the sequestration reduction, which equals this plus sequestration, 8306, right on the button, 8306. So now let's take a look at the next line item. So in this case, we build 1 unit of exercise. We see the primary payment of $18.46. So let's do this again. We'll do it in the same manner. $18.46 paid by the primary. We see the secondary paid $471. $471. We can see the sequestration is 38 cents, 0.38. We can see reason code 45, the primary contract adjustment, 984, negative 984. Now we have this new code, 59, accounts for $6.61. So I'm going to pop this in here, 661. So let's jump back. Here's 59. procedure based on multiple or concurrent procedure rules. So this is the MPPR. This is the reduction for multiple procedures. I'm gonna, at some point, I'll do a full video on what MPPR is. WebPT has some resources on it. Of course, Medicare has an explanation on what MPPR is. But this is probably the biggest reduction that very few people are talking about right now and it's not being taken into account when you're running projections for financials. So let's take a look at the financial impact of something like this. I'm gonna put in here MPPR. Now notice it wasn't on the evaluation code, but it was on subsequent codes. And there's a specific way that Medicare imposes MPPR. It's not on every procedure code you bill. So right in here, we're gonna look at, let's see what we've got here. I'm gonna come down. So this is collected. So this is gonna be equals secondary payment plus primary payment. That's gonna give me that number. Now, if I wanna calculate MPPR as a percentage of that number, I'm just gonna do it out here to the side. So that's gonna be that divided by that. It's accounting for 28% reduction in this unit. That is a huge hit to the bottom line. Real quick, I know I'm taking you guys way down this deep, but I want you to understand. Let's take a look at 1 unit of manual therapy. So we'll come out here, 1696, 1257. The adjustment was 1257, 1696 was paid. Now these claims, we're still billing $40 a unit, $40 a unit, $100 a unit for the eval code. 35 cents, 579, whoops. So 579, 35 cents, and the secondary paid 433. All right, so the total collected here, it's gonna be this plus this. And then if I want to calculate out 27% reduction on this unit, you know, so these are pretty profound numbers. I mean, nobody is really taking this into account. What should be, let's, for fun or to depress you, whichever comes first, let's take a look at this. So we're going to say equals this plus this plus MPPR. Okay, so I'm not taking into account the sequestration reduction, but I am going to look at the MPPR reduction here compared to this plus no, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, let me double check, make sure I've got all the right numbers. Okay. Now let's see what the difference is. Okay, so we're looking at basically 91% of what we would normally expect to have collected. And that's in a situation where we're dealing with 1 unit of eval that's been paid at the full allowed amount, minus the normal reductions, and then only 2 additional units. There is a much more powerful impact when you're doing a follow-up treatment where you're billing 4 active units, whether it's all of the same procedure code or different procedure code, doesn't matter. MPPR is going to affect that claim much more significantly than it's going to affect the initial evaluation. This is all the stuff that we'll get into in the course. If you buy the course, it's not the time and place because there's just far more detail that we have to get into and extract to do it. But I just wanted you guys to see, so where you might be expecting 130, well, here, let's go back even one more. You might be expecting $140.65. Then, because of sequestration, you might say, oh, well, not too bad, $138.59. No, the reality is you're going to collect $126.19. That is a significant difference from 140 when you're talking about 30, 40, 100 visits a week, 52 weeks a year. These are huge margins. So can you not afford to treat a patient for $126? I don't know. I don't know what your business structure is, what your model is, but I want you to understand this is the evaluation. This is this evaluation, one eval, one exercise, one manual. Most of you are probably doing 3 treatment units plus the eval, not just 2. But nonetheless, I mean, these are real numbers. Guys, I hope this was helpful. I don't know if any of you stayed on to the end of this video because it's a tough video. There's a lot of numbers, there's a lot of math, there's a lot of stuff that isn't all that exciting. But the reality is, if you plan on opening a private practice, if you plan on being a mobile PT, if you're gonna go into business, this is the kind of information that you need to understand, you need to embrace. You might not love it, but you have to know how to find it and what to do with it. Guys, that's it. I'm ending the video now. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Ring the notification bell. This way you know every time I post a new video. There's a lot of work that's going into these videos. I want you guys to get this information in your hands. Even if you never buy my course, it's okay. I'm trying to provide the resources so you know where you can find the information. As always, appreciate the time. Get out there, grow your business, do what you were meant to do. I'll see you guys in the next video.